Good evening. My name is Paris Dest, and I am currently a sophomore at Chesterton Academy of Rochester. My first encounter with the school community came when I first visited St.John Bosco schools in 7th grade, because my mother decided to send me there for the following year. Simply put, I was not impressed with what I saw. I told my family that the building looked like a foreclosure compared to my previous school. And at that time, it was split in half to accommodate 2 schools. I came from taking Spanish to having to take Latin, which to me was a waste of my time. I mean, it's a dead language. Why even bother? Everything about the school was different and seemed useless to me. But to top it all off, there were only 11 kids in the 7th and 8th grade combined. And the high school had even fewer people, with only 6 students in the 9th and 10th grade. And they took majority of their classes in a single room in the basement of the school. All the high school students at that time had been homeschooled, and because of this, Chesterton seemed to me as if it was a transitional space for the students to get out into the real world. I thought, are you kidding me? This is where I'm going to school? 8th grade is bad enough, but I am not going to spend my high school experience here. But high school was a year away and the last thing on my mind at that time. Perhaps it should have been a bit higher on my list of priorities because before I knew it, I had missed the deadline for my first choice for high school. So for the time being, I had to attend Chesterton Academy. Over that summer, I kept asking my mom if there was any other option, and I tried to convince her to send me anywhere else. I pulled out every trick in the book, but obviously none of them had worked. And because I tend to be just a little bit over dramatic and negative, I had a constant dread as if I was going into the last circle of hell. September 2015 came, and needless to say, my first day was a rough one. All of my friends were in the grade below mine, and I knew no one or what to even expect. All I knew was that all the students in grades 9 through 11 were going to be combined in the same class, and we were all going to be taking the 10th grade curriculum. When I brought this up to my mom, she joyfully stated, "That's how they did it in the pioneer days." This pioneer reference has now become the term to describe the students at Chesterton. But once I got comfortable with the routine of things, I realized that maybe this year wasn't going to be as bad. Even though there were only 2 other girls in the high school, we became great friends, and should I say, partners in crime. I have laughed so much it can't be healthy, and I'm pretty sure my laugh has become white noise, or at least everyone in the school wishes that it was. But just because everything came together does not mean I stopped complaining right away. My mom was always shocked to hear from my teachers that whenever they saw me, I was always smiling, because she would get an earful about school every single night, and none of it was good. Even my teacher later confessed that she had never seen a child as angry as I was when I first started, and that my change in attitude was miraculous. Over time, I eventually stopped dreading school and actually looked forward to it. But I still wanted to keep my options open, so I shadowed another high school. My experience at this other school really put things into perspective for me. That school didn't care about me personally, and the only thing I got out of their talks was that they just wanted to have me as another percentage on their college acceptance rate. After that visit, I started to listen to the talks Chesterton Academy gave to recruit students. I found this quote from the St. John Bosco website, and the same truth applies for Chesterton. At St. John Bosco School, the content of our curriculum and the methods of instruction are designed to provide formation in wisdom and virtue. We help children discover the unity of truth, goodness, and beauty, which are reflections of God. Thus, true education, in the fullest sense, goes far beyond the acquisition of skills or preparation for a career. Our students, as well as our faculty and staff, strive towards excellence in service to others and gratitude for our many blessings. This cannot be compared with any other school's mission statement. Chesterton Academy desires to make us good, faithful, and intelligent men and women who are prepared for life and all of its unpredictability. And their ultimate hope is that we fulfill our telos in heaven. After my visit to the other high school, I noticed that what seemed to be the weaknesses of Chesterton were actually its advantages. The small classes allowed us to receive the one-on-one attention some pay extra for. Thanks to this, we excel and have grown so much. I personally have taken a great deal of class time to fully grasp the concepts we are learning, no matter how basic. And even when I make these simple mistakes, I'm not being mocked because of the family environment of the school. At Chesterton, the staff works hard to cultivate a strong sisterhood and brotherhood within the co-ed environment. At our small school, we have the chance to voice what we would like to see in the school, and we are able to form new clubs that other schools don't have, such as a rifle club. Also, we have teachers who care and push us to reach our full potential. Honestly, public speaking is far from my favorite thing to do, and I wouldn't be up here giving this speech if it wasn't for Miss Pierre-Capelli's encouragement. The teachers here care about our souls. My faith has grown so much. Before, I dreaded going to Mass for a whole hour on Sunday, but now I feel as if something is missing when I don't attend daily Mass. This is because the staff always encourages us and incorporates the faith into our daily routine. Some teachers, especially Father Michael Copenhagen, will even plan a class period to answer a question a student had the day before. My family has actually started asking me questions about the faith because they know the religious teaching at Chesterton is faithful and true. After I realized this for myself, I was much happier to attend Chesterton Academy, where they teach students how to think, not what to think. I could finally see through the glamorous buildings and programs of the other schools. I was able to decide what was more important, worldly success or education and faith. True human success is that we love and serve God and do everything for His glory. This is why I ultimately chose to stay at Chesterton Academy of Rochester. And thanks to your generosity, I had the opportunity to attend this remarkable school. Thank you for your role in teaching us to take the narrow path in life without fear. Thank you, and may God continue to bless all of you and the school community.